Yes, Michael Jordan is of my generation. I grew up building my game using the same sort of mindset that Michael Jordan had. He's not even my favorite player in general. In the narrow LeBron-Jordan debate, Michael Jordan is my favorite because I identify with him more, his greatness more, the way he approached his greatness as opposed to the way LeBron has approached his. What I mean for Jordan is, Jordan, once he broke through, got past my Detroit Pistons, he's reaching his prime and they're aging out. Once he got to his peak in his prime and won that first three-peat, he dominated the league at that point. There was no one close to him. There was no one close to the Bulls throughout that entire first three-peat. Michael Jordan, by far, the most talented. But what we never saw before is he was the most talented, but he also worked the hardest, which you got him the dominating success that he did. His career path for greatness was like, okay, get through the 80s, get to the 90s, get Phil Jackson and Scottie Pippen, dominate the league, retire, come back, get another three-peat, still the most talented, still works the hardest, still has the most success, the most dominance for another three-peat, and then goes away again. That's Jordan's greatness. I just happen to prefer that because I was the same kind of, my career on the basketball court, even though it was only ever recreational, took that same kind of path. It took me a long time to reach my peak in my prime. But by the time I got there, because I went so hard when I got to my peak in my prime, it was very short-lived, and then I fell off because I drove my body into the ground. So because I did it that way, I relate to Michael Jordan because his whole philosophy, when we're in the 90s and there's no internet and all we can do is read and watch on TV, the information that why Michael Jordan is as good as he is, and the main piece of information is he outworks everybody. He's the hardest practicer. Well, okay, we've never seen him, a player like that, do those kind of things and have that kind of success before. So yeah, me in the 90s, I just went as hard as I could, especially in practice, because that's what Michael Jordan did. For me, it ended up being finally getting to my peak, and then by the time I got there, my body was pretty much riddled with arthritis, and I immediately fell off. With LeBron, he's the opposite, right? He was great out of high school, one of the highest impact players in the NBA the day he stepped in, and his game only elevated and stayed that way throughout his career. I can't relate to that. I don't have that sustained greatness. And that's the primary point and reason why because I can identify with Michael's career and the approach that he took. That greatness appeals more to me than LeBron's greatness.